Greetings, food service family and friends. My name is Juan Martinez. I'm principal and co-founder of Profitality Labor Guru. We are an industrial engineering firm that helps restaurants become more efficient, driving more sales and throughput and at lower capital and operating costs, resulting in higher profits and unit economics. This COVID-19 situation is indeed impacting our lives, those of our families, our customers, and our businesses. But I'm not going to touch on that topic because we see enough in the news. Rather, today I bring you good tidings. I want to offer you some insights that could help drive your business. The first comment I want to make is there is a pent-up demand for off-premise business, specifically and especially drive-through. But to take advantage of this, you've got to run a drive-through that's efficient. So today, what I want to do is I want to offer you 10 rules, 10 insights on how you can reap the advantages of a drive-through business by driving more efficiency. The first rule I want to give you is that the food has to beat the car to the window. The car has to lag. If the food is there at the window and the car arrives, you have a chance at providing fast window time. So figure out how to make the food beat the car to the window. Rule number 2 is mind the processes and procedures that you have in the window, especially payment, drink processes. Don't let taking cash or taking credit cards delay the time at the window. Just be efficient. Every motion going out has to have a motion coming back. So make sure that you have that coldly calculated. Do some processes that allow you to get things done quickly at the window. Rule number 3 is the window itself. You want to optimally design it. Everything in its place and a place for everything. If you do that, you're always reaching to the same spot for straws or drinks or napkins or condiments. The food is at a table, and that's an important piece. The expediting table is a critical one to make sure that it's designed efficiently so that you can go right to it and get the food out. However, you're going to have delays. Even if you have the greatest drive-through system, you're going to have delays. Don't be afraid to pull a car ahead. Have a system. Don't do it by default. Do it by design. Because you want to get to the next customer to drive throughput. Something what's important to realize that although speed of service, the total time is important, throughput is what's more important. How many cars can I get through in an hour? And by pulling ahead a car, you'll be able to do that more effectively, especially if the next order is ready. That's when you want to pull the car. But have a system. I'm going to give you an example how you can turn a single window into a double window. Think about it. If you have a single window, a car comes up, say the food's not ready, but you give them everything that you can. You make change, you give them napkins and straws and drinks, and then you pull them up. And then you go wherever you pull them up at, you go deliver the food. So that would be your second window. You use the first window to do what's ready, and you do the second window to deliver. What that allows you to do is break that time at the window into 2 and get more throughput as a form of business here. So think about that. In this day and age where you don't have anybody in the dining rooms, you can walk right through the dining room, through a door, to a car that's parked. Rule number 5, minimize kitchen reaction time. What is kitchen reaction time? Is from time the order arrives on the screen or it's heard until somebody gets to it and starts it. The goal should be 0 seconds. Many concepts design processes and procedures to go fast, but then they don't take care of reaction time, and a minute passes and you haven't started the product. So understand reaction time and minimize it, because that is part of kitchen time and the delay to the drive-through. The 6th rule is use equipment optimally. I'm going to speak about one specifically: headsets and speakers. You know, if you have a headset, obviously the person taking the order has to have it. I understand that. But who else has a headset? Because if they're listening, they can actually begin the process as a customer is at the speaker post. Basically, you're minimizing reaction time to 0 of anything in negative. Same thing with a speaker. You could have speakers in the kitchen, and everybody listening. You teach them how to listen, and they'll be able to react to what they need to do. So use the headsets and the sound system optimally. Another one is the drink system. You know, minimize drink delays. It's a shame if the food beats the car to the window and the drinks are not ready. It's very simple. You need to have someone on the drinks, getting ready as you hear them, make them, put them away. Put them in the expediting station and continue on. Rule number 7, manage the par levels. What do I mean by that? Most QSRs have par levels of burgers or buns or chicken or fries, whatever it may be. Even if you don't have a par level, right? You still want to be able to have a process and react quickly when something that has to be cooked to order is cooked to order. If I go back to what I told you earlier, if you're listening to it, right, from the drive-through, and you hear it, you start the cooking process, you start the heating process. That's called lean just in time. Because think about this, assembling a product, just about any product in fast casual and QSR is very, very fast, but you gotta have the product components available. That's rule number 7. If you do that, then you'll make rule number 1, which is the food beats the cart to the window. Rule number 8, streamline the order taking time. What do I mean by that? You know, sometimes we have all these scripts that I call the rule or the ruin the show. You gotta talk and you have to offer them this and that and the other. You know what? Talk out less, listen more coming in. So that you get the order as quickly as possible. And to streamline the order taking time as well at the menu board, perhaps you have somebody outside giving menus, explaining to people to get ready. A sign that says to provide you another better service, be ready when you get to the menu board. So there's a lot of things that you have to account for that. Keep in mind that as your window gets faster, your order taking time has to match it. Otherwise, you're going to have a delay and a bottleneck at the order post. So streamline the order taking time, get the food beats the cart to the window. That's how you maximize both of those working in tandem. Rule number 1, number 9, deploy optimally. Right people in the right place at the right time doing the right things. Just want to make sure you got everybody where they need to be. And make sure you have no overloads, no work overloads on anybody. You might want to check that doing work sampling. Basically, you see what everybody's doing. You see if somebody looks like they're running around like a chicken with the neck cut off because they have too much to do, and other people are not working as hard. So make sure you balance what's going on in the back. And then rule number 10, manage to drive through business. Otherwise, it's going to manage you. It's almost like a conductor in an orchestra, right? Any great instrument player by themselves sounds good, but when you put them in an orchestra, if you're not minding them, if you're not managing them, it's not going to sound very good. Whether it's the deployment of labor, looking for the bottlenecks, the overloads, the components being there ready, whatever it takes, you want to make sure that you're on top of it. Be proactive, not reactive. Have someone in charge. So, what I want to do now is just give you an example. Let's call it virtual industrial engineering 101 class. How do we diagnose things? What we do basically, if the food's not beating the cart to the window, you go to the back. Don't worry about the total speed of service you're giving. Just go to the back and observe what's the last item that it's on the plate and understand why is it the last. Observe reaction time from the time you hear or it's on the screen until somebody starts producing it, and ask yourself, why are they starting it? Where are my problems in the back? And you start peeling this onion away and getting rid of the bottlenecks to the point that you'll have very few or none, and the food will beat the cart to the window. Rule number 1. I hope that these tips and insights will help you serve your communities better and minimize the impact of your business during these very tough times. By the way, if you want a copy of this video along with an article that we created also on the top 10 with a little bit more details, send us a request to info@profitality.com. This video is also going to be made available on YouTube and other platforms, but if you want it directly, just write to us and we'll get it to you. Let me close by saying that there is pent-up demand for drive-thru service. No doubt, there is a lot. Communities want it, they want to serve, they want to eat, so go maximize your share by being efficient. Hopefully these points here will help you with that, and I just want to say thank you for listening.